What's going on, y'all? That boy Gam back in the building one more time, man. I just wanted to tap in with y'all. I had something I had to talk about, man. But before I get started, y'all don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, man. You know, YouTube algorithm stuff. You know all about that, I'm sure. But what I wanted to talk to y'all today about, man, was I took a trip to Jamaica, man. I went to Jamrock, man. You know, I had to go see it for myself, man. And I just wanted to tell y'all some things that I thought was interesting that I didn't really know. I didn't expect things to be this way, or the things that I noticed that I thought was pretty interesting. So, of course I went to an all-inclusive, flew into Montego Bay Airport and all of that. But my real experiences was when I went to Kingston, Jamaica, but I'm going to talk about that. But the thing is this, man, Jamaica is not what a lot of people might expect. So one of the first things I noticed when I get to Jamaica, we land, we in the airport, we had to take a shuttle, a bus to the resort. So, you get on the bus, bunch of people on the bus that just got off the airplane. We driving through. Okay, so of course, first thing you're gonna notice is that you're driving on the left side of the road. You're driving on the left side of the road. That's like a British thing, and they are British territory, if I'm not mistaken. And y'all can correct me if I'm wrong about some of these things, but they're on the left side of the road. That was already like, man, this look crazy. Now, another detail was that it wasn't as populated it wasn't a lot of buildings or a lot of houses close to each other in this particular area. When I was leaving Montego Bay in this area, it was kind of spread out. You would see like a house here, a house there, a house there, and just mainly forest and land, and the ocean is on the left side, forest, land, and a few trees, and that's what you're seeing. So one of the things was with the houses is that you see like big concrete houses, but they'll be unfinished. It'll be like, you can see where the top of the roof would be unfinished a little, or maybe one of the sides of the wall might be unfinished. It was a lot of unfinished things. Now, they say the reason for this is because most of the people own their land and they own their house. So therefore, they don't have a time limit. They build the houses usually, and they don't have a time limit on when they have to finish it. So people are building on these houses for generations sometimes. They're building it, it's like, okay, we built it a little bit. We spent like 6 months on it. We took a break. Now we're going to come back maybe a year later and start to work on it a little more. And the thing is this, they don't have the same type of retirement plans and stuff as they have in America. So a lot of the times the people are adding onto their houses over the years. They're add a little, and they end up having extra rooms. And then these extra rooms serve as rental property where people can rent those rooms out, and that can be a source of income for the people who own the house and the people who want to retire. So that's just a little bit of a, example of how people live, and people live different in different parts of the world. So you got that, right? And one thing they say is people build their houses from concrete. So if you see a wooden house, usually that means they don't own the land and that house is temporary. They just basically built a house up, small house to live in. And at any moment, whoever owns the land can say, man, what you doing here? And they can tear the house down, but they won't be losing a lot because they only built it as a temporary house. You see what I'm saying? They call it stealing the land. They say they steal the land. They find a piece of land and they just build on it, but they build on it temporary. And then sometimes they say, sometimes if nobody comes to claim the land, that land becomes theirs and they just keep it. It's different out there, man. That's how they was doing it, man. So another thing and to add to that, I would say my second point was people are living off of the land a lot of times, which means they are You know, they got mangoes or trees or whatever. They take the mangoes, they be out there on the side of the road selling mangoes. You know what I'm saying? Or you drive past, you might see a lady cooking chicken or something on the grill. People walking past, that chicken is for sale. You can buy it. Oh, you think it smells good? Oh, yeah, it's a price for it. You can buy it. You know what I'm saying? They sell what they have like that. You know, a lot of people got farmland and crops, and they might have cattle, chickens, whatever they might have, but they're selling that. And the thing is, you will see, this is what you will see a lot. You'll see a house, and then in front of the house, you will see a small, the size of a porta potty or something, or a little bigger than that, right? Made out of wood. Somebody just built it up. And it'll be like 4 of them in a row. One of them might have 2 chairs, 2 bar stools in it, in a bar, and it's a bar. They selling liquor. Anybody walking past, they'll just stop there, get them a drink. The next one might have some curry or something. The next one might have some seafood or something. But these people owning those businesses, man. They owning these little small businesses, and they own the land. Tourists come. Tourists are spending the money with the people. Now, that's a different thing about, like in America. America would have took all that land. They would have built big corporations, corporate things. But here, you got a lot of people that have their land, they have their business, and they just make money like that. People spend money with each other. They say it's a cash society out there, man. It's a little different, you know? Now, one thing I will say that a lot of people want to know about being out there is the weed laws, right? People automatically think that when you go to Jamaica, oh, weed is legal. Oh, we can just smoke weed all day anywhere we want and this and that. But it's not like that, man. Weed is not legal. It's technically not legal in Jamaica still. It's decriminalized. So they won't take you to jail for having a joint, smoking a joint on the street. They say if you got less than 2 ounces, you know, if you got more than 2 ounces, you're still getting arrested. But if you got less than 2 ounces and they say you smoking it, they say most of the police and stuff, they'll just let you go. They don't even mind. They'll just be like, okay, they smoking weed. That is nothing. But if they want to, they can tell you, oh, what you doing? What you smoking weed here? And they say the police, they are corrupt a lot of times. And they might stop you for smoking a joint and be like, oh, you want to go home right away? Well, give me a couple $, give me some money, and I'll let you go. So you gotta be careful still. Careful in Jamaica about how you smoking. The resort that we was at, it was a non-smoking resort. So it's not like you can just go out there and be smoking freely. And that's something a lot of people don't know. So y'all think about that. Y'all do your own research when y'all get out there. Now, another thing I want to touch on when I was talking about these small businesses and stuff, now it's a catch to that, right? Extortion. People don't understand extortion is real in Jamaica. I had a driver that took us to Kingston, man, coolest dude ever, man, older guy, like in his 50s or something, maybe, you know, working man. And he was telling us everything, basically. The extortion, it's not about drugs. It's not about the drug trade so much like it is in America. It's extortion, man. That's what the criminals do out there, man. So, for example, they say all them small businesses you see, all them taxi drivers, all the big businesses, all of that, they all paying extortion money to one of the gangs, one of the other gangs. You know what I'm saying? And what they say is they'll show up with a letter. They'll send a kid or a woman. This is what I was told. With a letter. And I saw a letter. I read an example of a letter. I read a letter that was sent to 15 businesses, they say. The letter will say, look, from now on, if you want to do business in this parish is what they call it. You want to do business in this area, you're going to pay us this certain amount monthly. If you don't want to pay it, you're welcome to leave. Pack up your stuff and leave. But if you don't pay us and you continue to do business in this area, you will be killed. That's what it says. You will be killed. Your family is at risk of being killed. Any employees you have. will be killed. That's what it says. It says if you got a slow month, don't complain to us about not being able to pay. Simply pack up and leave. Close the business. That's what they say. You know, and I read this letter, so it's like you would think this is not real, but this really goes on there. You know, and they say, look, they say you can leave if you want, but if this goes for all the other parishes in this area, if we find out that you're doing business anywhere else, you opened up again, you getting killed. You know, it's like that. And they say, but this is not just to take your money. This is for protection. You're paying them for security, because if anybody else come in here trying to extort you, or they trying to steal from you, rob you, you know, you can call on the people who you paying, and they supposed to come protect you. And the reason why this actually works, they say, correct me if I'm wrong, but anybody who know better or y'all from there, that the police won't protect you as good as the gang will, because the police is corrupt. They're controlled by money. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can pay them to do what they want, do their bid, and is what they say. So you better off kind of paying the gangsters, man, for the money. You know, you paying them for the protection. And that's what they say, man. They say that they took us downtown Kingston. Man, it was a whole strip, the whole downtown closed down because of the extortion. People was scared. They was packing up, leaving. You know, it was really like that. So that's one thing. Y'all do your research or whatever. That's one thing. Now, on the even lighter note, though, well, not even a lighter note, I would say, but it's pretty creepy too, is that, man, you go down there, you're going to see SUVs with like pickup trucks, all kind of SUVs, expeditions and all of that, riding with big sound systems, big rims. And you would think like, oh, they just like the big rims. No, these are hearses. They are carrying bodies, caskets with bodies, man. They are carrying those. The new thing out there was, oh, we're not using the traditional hearses no more. We riding in like a party bus style. They riding in a SUV, and they got the hearse in the back, and they bumping the sound system. They got rims on the hearse, everything like that. You see what I'm saying? It was tripped out when I saw it. I'm like, man, this look crazy, man. But what I did down there, I went to the Bob Marley Museum. So I had to go all the way to Kingston, man. It took us like 3 hours or something like that to drive. And we took the city. We ain't want to get on the toll road. We wanted to see, you know. And when you driving through the city, you got jungle land and mountain land. 80% still land and mountains is what they say, man. Only 2 cities, Montego Bay and Kingston, are populated cities. Now, the thing is, once you get to Kingston is a busy, man. You got traffic like if you was in Miami or Atlanta, man, you see that type of traffic. People there are living shoulder to shoulder conditions. I'm talking about towns where it's dumps. It's the dump is there, and it's a whole town that live next to the dump, and they live off finding things in the trash and selling it, man. Like I'm talking about savage, man. So y'all, man, it ain't no joke. Y'all think it's real out here in the States, man. I'm talking about, look, we went to the Bob Marley Museum. That was dope, man. That was his house that he used to be there playing soccer in the yard. All his people was there. He got his assassination attempt. It happened at that house. You know, I got to speak with one of the people who used to travel with him, a drummer. You know, it was just a good experience, man. Feeling the energy and all of that, man. It was real. So I suggest y'all go make y'all way to Kingston if y'all can, if y'all stay at any of these resorts. But you gotta be careful though, because like they said, it was some parts. We was gonna go to Trenchtown. And the old head who used to work with Bob Marley, he said, listen, no, don't take him to Trenchtown. It's a little too late for that because it's a curfew. The military, the police been out there with a curfew trying to control the gangs because it's been turf wars going on. You know what I'm saying? And at any moment, gunfire can just break out between them two the rival gangs, between the gangs and the police or the military, whatever it might be, and you might be just there looking like a tourist caught in the middle. So you don't want to have that happen to you. So, but if y'all got any other questions for me, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I could go on about this, but y'all got any questions, man, put it in the comment section. Y'all subscribe, subscribe, all of that, man. Check my links out, man. But till next time, y'all, Gam, tapping out.